Hi, my name is Larissa Kaiser, and I am the founder and co-organizer of Jill, a Women Plus in Translation reading series that spotlights women and or non-binary translators, or translators of women and or non-binary authors, or both.
And I am Elizabeth Redfield. I am the co-organizer of Jill. And we welcome your submissions. Jill runs an ongoing virtual reading series, which you're watching right now. You can find out more about what we're looking for and how to submit your work on our website, www.jillreadingnyc.com.
And now enjoy the reading.
Hi, I'm Lynn Palermo. I am Associate Professor of French at Susquehanna University, and I do literary translation and academic translation. We're going to be reading excerpts from Humus, which was just released by University of Virginia Press, and it's by Fabienne Kanor, who is here with us and who will introduce herself and the book.
Hello, bonjour everyone. So my name is Fabienne Kanor. I'm novelist, filmmaker, performer, assistant professor at Penn State University. And I really believe in the magic power of poetry that can heal us, that can make us more connected to one another. So far I've written 7 books, and Humus is my first book translated in English, and I'm very, very, very happy about it. Based on a true event that occurs in 1774, it partly sets into the hold of a slave ship and gives voice to 14 African women. So you have to bring 3 questions dear to me, 3 questions that I asked to myself when I was writing this book. There would be how to make the invisible visible, how to find monuments in the Atlantic Sea, how to remember what my ancestors who experienced slavery had to go through, had to forget, had to forgive, and had to rebirth. Let's start with the first sample of Humus, the mute one, la muette.
Each chapter of the book is one woman telling her story. This first woman, paradoxically, is mute, rendered mute by her brutal experience at the hands of slave dealers. The mute woman.
Je n'ai plus la date en tête, ni le lieu. On dira donc que c'était un jour ordinaire, une quelconque ville africaine coincée entre bois et eau. Arrivé la veille avec un petit groupe de 10, 5 d'entre nous avaient péri lors de la longue traversée à pied. J'avais aussitôt été vendu. Mes nouveaux maîtres avaient mis le prix pressé d'appareiller après de longs mois d'immobilité. Tout s'était déroulé très vite. Le fer rouge sur la peau, la descente, le cri des cales. Lorsque le bateau avait lâché terre, 1 heure s'était écoulée, une nuit entière, toute une vie, on eût dit, tant nous portions en nous la certitude que nous finirions nos jours là, calotés par les vagues, oubliés, oublieux de ce que nous avions été.
I no longer recall the date or the place. We'll just say it was an ordinary day, some African town wedged between forest and water. Upon arrival the night before, with a group of 10, 5 of us had perished during the long trek. I had immediately been sold. My new masters paid the asking price, pressed to set sail after long months of waiting. It had all happened so quickly. The hot iron on my skin, the descent below deck, the cries in the hold as the ship weighed anchor. An hour passed, an entire night. A lifetime it seemed. We were so sure we'd end our days down there slapped about by the waves, forgotten, forgetting who we'd been. Call them whatever you want. I no longer hold their names in my head.
à
barely
peine
even their
les
faces,
visages
turned toward the ocean,
tournés vers l'océan,
facing it,
et qui de
laughing.
l'affronter enfin
So was
riait. J'en
I.
étais moi aussi.
We jumped
Nous
together.
avons sauté
We
ensemble.
jumped.
Nous avons
We
ensemble.
did it.
Nous avons sauté. Mère, sauté. Nous l'avons fait. I think the second sample now is the Amazon, l'Amazon, another chapter of Humus.
The day is cut in two. It is noon, past noon, when we all climb up to the deck. We leap. Let's walk on water, I have the time to shout, pointing toward the nearby coast. Today is a day without victory, but we will return to avenge ourselves.
Nous reviendrons, chasseresses, faucheuses, archères. Oh, nos fusils, nous porterons. Tous les tuer, nous les tuerons.
Armed with a big, big razor, I slash their sails, slice their skins.
Artilleurs, porteuses de baïonnettes, avec nos houes et nos sabres, nous retournerons leurs entrailles. Nous les aurons, et de nos flèches vengeresses, inonderont leurs veines du poison qui tue.
A shout. I turn to look. 3 of my women have been taken. 2 others are wounded. An Amazon does not abandon her peers. I reverse course and swim back toward the ship. Aroused by all this red, the wild beasts of the sea circle, snapping ever deeper into the flesh of the bodies. Just let them try to touch me. I'll smash their faces. The tiger cannot hurt the leopard. The Yovos are now 5, aim their weapons at me. The young child is crying. Everyone hears her bawl. They shoot. They let me live. Down here below. Here, where my eyes lose their sight. Don't know if dusk or night or when. My plan has failed, but I will begin again. I will escape. I have my whole life for that. Body in irons. They've put me back in chains. I do not sleep. Don't want to. Like a warrior, I flex my muscles, dream of bloody battles and victories. For long days, the ship marches onward. At one point, almost founders. Then the raucous sea suddenly goes calm, and one day, we arrive.
And now the third voice. Okay, so that third voice is very special to me. I don't know if I can confess it, but maybe she's me, a part of me. As an African descent, I really feel the need to be involved more and more and more in the storytelling process. So what this character does, I did it. Wherever she goes, I went. What she thinks and feels, I thought and felt the same. I wanted to incorporate another temporality into that story so that the readers can remember how huge is the impact of slavery on our societies, on the mind and on the body. In that particular section, the character is looking for traces of the 14 women and she feels really devastated. Lorsque je quitte la grande ville et prends la route de Ouida, coincé entre une portière branlante et un chauffeur chauffard, j'avale les arbres, un coq, des ciels, dodeline bêtement de la tête sur ce coupé décalé dont le sens restera un mystère. Sur cette bande de terre qui semble porter l'océan, je jette, comme l'enfant pousse, mes rêves. Cherche blanche, 1,65 m, teint rouge, poitrine debout, aucune maladie infectieuse apparente. Il paraît qu'elle aurait demeuré là autrefois, qu'elle aurait été vue en compagnie d'autres, là-bas, sur la place aux enchères et aussi aux eaux maillies, là où la lumière n'entre pas. La vieille qui m'écoute sourit, chante chanson, l'histoire d'une jeune fille allant au puits et qui n'est jamais revenue. Quand les Blancs sont arrivés, ils ont emmené des choses qu'ils ont échangées avec des personnes. Si c'est 4, ils vont prendre 2 hommes. Si c'est 6, ils vont prendre 3, un peu, un peu. Ils échangent les gens comme au marché quand tu donnes du poisson et que tu vas prendre gari, quand tu donnes maïs pour prendre piment. Moi, ma grand-mère, on l'a achetée comme ça. Elle était du Nigeria, elle a marché plusieurs jours avant d'atteindre Ouida. Tu quittes le village. Tu vas puiser de l'eau et on te prend. Tu n'as plus de joie et tu n'as plus de force. Des fois, on te tape dessus si tu as de la chance. Peut-être tu ne meurs pas. Tu ne peux pas dire oui, tu ne peux pas dire non. Des fois, si tu es venu avec ton enfant, on te prend avec. Tu n'as pas de pouvoir. C'était comme ça avant. Mais aujourd'hui, on ne peut pas comprendre. Va voir la route de l'esclave. Peut-être que là-bas.
Night is fading when I leave the city and take the road to Ouida. Wedged between a rickety door and a reckless driver, I drink in the trees, the sky, a rooster, my head bobbing to the rhythms of this coupé décalé, whose meaning will remain a mystery. Onto the stretch of land that seems to cradle the ocean, I toss my dreams like a hop of my thumb, looking for La Blanche, 1.65 meters tall, red skin, high breasts, no apparent infectious diseases. It seems she would have lived around here back then, would have been seen in the company of others, there on the auction block, also here in the Zomai, where light never ventures. The old woman who's listening smiles, sings a song, the story of a young girl who went to the well and never came back. When the white men arrived, they brought with them things they traded with people. For 4 things, they would take 2 men. For 6 things, they'd take 3. A little here, a little there. They traded people like at the market, when you give fish and take gari, when you give corn and take pimentos. My own grandmother was bought this way. She was from Nigeria. She walked several days before reaching Ouida. You go out of the village to draw water at the well, and they grab you. They strip you of your joy, your strength. Sometimes they beat you. And if you're lucky, maybe you don't die. You can't say yes. You can't say no. Sometimes if you come with your child in tow, they take you both. You have no power. That's the way it used to be. But people don't understand today. Go see the slave trail. Maybe there. Dawn breaks over the trail. 7 circles I walk around the tree of forgetfulness, to no avail. No one, just the sky, pale and threatening to split open at any moment. 7 times, nothing, except the belly laugh of the Zemijan, the motorcycle taxis, the city's breath.
Où êtes-vous? La question se perd. Que faut-il pour que la mémoire se mette en marche? Elles sont parties un soir. La mémoire dort la nuit. Une nuit, on foulait cette terre tremblée en croisant ces arbres dressés comme des lits, en une attitude martiale. Aucune étoile dans le ciel, juste la lune pleine en état, et qui de les voir n'en revenait pas. Un pêcheur surgit, se dirige d'un pas pressé vers la terre. Délavé par l'eau de mer, ses yeux affrontent sans ciller l'aurore, rit. Peut-être devrais-je en faire autant, tourner le dos au malheur.
Where are you? The question hangs in the air. What must I do to set the memory in motion? One evening, they were gone. The memory sleeps at night. One night they trampled this ground, trembled upon meeting trees that towered over them, erect as soldiers. Not a star in the sky, just the full moon, surprised to see them. A fisherman appears, hurries toward the land. His eyes, faded by the salty seawater, stare unblinking at the dawn, laugh. Maybe I should do the same, turn the back on my misfortune, shed this story as you'd slip off a dress because it no longer swirls, because it stopped fluttering long, long ago. Forget it, I'll walk. Okay, well.
I think this is the end.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for having shared this beautiful moment with us. We are really happy just to go back to that story with all of you. So thanks, it was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.